Okay, last piece here is diagram 7, very similar to diagram 6, but now we are thinking about transparency data, right? We just did stream flow, now our shift is to transparency. Instead of a graph, we have a data table. So we got to fill in that data table a little bit first. So you're going to go ahead and calculate your averages. So pull out that calculator, add them all up, hit equals, that's an important step, and then divide by 6 because we have 6 groups. And then figure out what that range is. So take that biggest number, looks like 120, minus the smallest number, 97, that should be there, and then hit equals. So it's a math problem and an answer. So all of that should be written in the range. Now we're starting out with a describe. So we know that's a sentence starter. How does this year's average compare to transparency of the past? So we can say something like, this year's transparency average is your number, which is, oh, that's centimeters, right? Got to make sure I put my units in. And then you can circle back, compare it to the standard, which is higher or lower than the standard of, and then tell me what that standard is. So we're not giving any impact on that yet. This is just looking at the data, right? How does the average data compare to the standard? And then why do we think that data is the way it is? So if it's higher or lower, what maybe happened to impact that transparency change? And then just like we did above for stream flow, we're circling back to say what would be happening with the health. So I already got the sentence starters for you. A higher transparency can be positive or negative. Here's the impact because, then you've got a second one. A higher transparency can be positive or negative because. Okay, I'm not going to ask you to do one of each for this one. You can decide what fits best with what you're seeing for changes in transparency. But again, make sure your because is in explain, right? And you've got some detail in there. As always, any questions that you're still feeling stuck on, please, please, please send me that Schoology message so I know where you're at and can help you out. Good work.